Pow wow, yo, yippee, yay. It's power number 11 and super excited to be with you guys. As always, we'll dive into the love of the Borgers, then talk about what's happening on SwissBorg network. We'll talk about the Mex Expansion with some new good news there, some new products as well in the Earn, but as well the trading vaults, and of course talk about the governance. Are you, as everyone, going to be allowed to create their community bundle, or is it going to be only reserved to the top 1,000 Borgers? As you guys know, my name is Cyrus Fazel, proud founder and CEO of SwissBorg, always here to serve you. Before that, shout out to the community and thank you very much. You guys have asked a lot, what is happening with the card? So we talked today with Gonzalo, that is leading the payments team and the squad there. It happens to be that a lot has been pushed back, unfortunately, in terms of development of the card, because we have a lot of constraints with Mika and new ways of processing things and whatsoever, with the travel rule and other different things that you guys don't see on, let's say, on the app for now. But these are a lot of things that we have to, unfortunately, had to prioritize. So the card is still being built within the team, just the things clear. We have to figure out the partners, we are figure out the designs, how it will be built. We have looked at a lot of different ways to how to create campaigns and how to make the card a really big thing and not just a small little debit card. So there's a lot of things that have been built. The back end is still is being built as we speak as well, but it'll take more time than we want. We're still aiming it for this year, but you will be updated as things goes on, because as we know, things with development takes more time than we want, and sometimes we have other priorities, unfortunately. Question number 2 about the US. I don't think SwissBorg is going to go there for anytime soon. It's really about Europe. I think so. Europe really needs a credible player. We're very few that are in this market, and we are very good at this market. And then I would think there's more countries that need SwissBorg before the US, because the US already has a great amount of solutions for there. Talk about as well the comments as well, the nice ones. You guys want some updates about the 10 tokens, and thank Chris C for this. You're right, I haven't done the work. I'm sorry about that. I still believe Waifu is a good potential token for AI agents. I strongly believe that there's other ones as well in the market. So we'll give you an update on this hopefully very soon. Quent Pierce talked about a really nice macro perspective. I think so is good. It's impossible to anticipate drawdown and no more money to put in. That is true, but every month we should get to have, even if it's 100 euros, 1,000 euros, 10,000 euros, depends on what your salary is, just put some in to feel that auto invests and to get to auto invest in, to auto invest out. It's really important, I really strongly believe. The last light, when Kaspa listed instead of a useless Solana meme. So Kaspa is still not on our roadmap for due to our wallet's infrastructure system. So hopefully this will be, it is tradable though, I believe. It's just not yet deposit or withdrawable. Let's talk about the markets. Today, tomorrow, there's the big Fed meeting. To see if the decision, are they going to cut rates or not. They're probably not going to cut rates, but we're going to still try to figure out if Fed chairman is now getting pressured from Trump administration to see if he's going to be hawkish, or is he going to be willing to cut some rates in the near future. So I think so this is definitely going to be good information to see where we're heading, and hopefully he'll be able to cut rates soon. BTC, we really support here right now. The channel is between 90,000, which is the main resistance here, and 74,000. I think so. We're just playing around for right now. The Fed meeting of tomorrow is definitely going to be a big one. For now, it could go another way, but the strong resistance, some support is 74, and then 90,000 is what we're playing with. I don't see anything big catalyst besides the Fed meeting that will move this. Ethereum, there has been a breakout, unfortunately, at 2100, which is not really great. Now the support is at 1900, and I still am personally bullish on Ethereum for multiple reasons. And the main one, which is that it has a lot of transactions that are done. And the second is that the ecosystem, the chain itself is better, I would say. And of course, the TVL, total value locked of all the DeFi, is still on Ethereum, mostly on Ethereum. So that brings me a lot of reasons to believe in it. Obviously, it's not as great user experience as Solana, that we know. The Borg token, we've seen some big whales, or at least one or two big whales trying to liquidate some of his position in the last days. The main resistance is around 19 cents, and then side support is at 19 cents, and then the big resistance is 24. So I think we're going to be channeling between there. Today, unfortunately, we did break it. Hopefully we'll be able to resume it. If not, the next support will be at 14 cents. Most of the tokens have done much well compared to last week. The crypto fear index, we're only at 25, only no more than 15 at least, which is great. Bitcoin dominance still a massive one, 60% right now, and pretty much all was green, I would say, which is nice to see. Product update. We have cool stuff happening, which is we're going to be adding 3 dexes, which is very nice. As you guys know, we put a lot on Solana. Now we are probably going to do something else on another chain, which you might understand which one it is. But there's as well some new chains that I heard internally that we're working towards this. And this is going to probably be a very big one that I think we could do a lot of cool things within SwissBorg. So I'm very excited about, especially one. More than the other, to be honest, but looking forward to bring more dexes and new chains that will change the game. So why are we doing all this, Mex? For people to understand this, we always built everything to make sure the off-chain rule, the on-chain rule would merge together, and this is really the best way of thinking going forward. Is you go hybrid, right? I think so. That is what a lot of people believe in, and I personally believe eventually we'll go all on chain, but there's for some time it'll be the mix of two, and the best of both worlds at the same time. We've done extremely well by being one of Solana's biggest marketplace, where a big amount of tokens has been traded there in 2024, and I think 2025 will still continue there. And we've been able to list a lot of those tokens. I know some people don't like all tokens that have been listed, but nevertheless, a lot of opportunities there. Now we're doing this with Avalanche, and more to be coming with Avalanche. We think this is a great way to front run the SEX, to get great opportunities for these projects to get listed on SwissBorg before any other product, any other SEX. The great thing here as well is that this gives you always the opportunity to front run. The next chapter, I think, is going to be out exactly listing and how the Borg token can play a big role in that. I think so. This is something that you guys really have asked strongly, and we could talk about it a bit later. But I'm very, very bullish about that for the Borg token to have even more governance and more ways to strongly be able to do this. Why I think this is amazing is just that we're just offering more tokens, more opportunities in a better way, in just a better efficient way in terms of UX, but as well in better execution price as well. In one click, you get to buy any token with any token, right? And this is the superiority that you guys know, and I hope you could share to everyone around you. It's like, why SwissBorg is just better. And then if people talk about the fees, just compute the fees and let's see what's the difference. Go on Binance, go on whatever you want, and let's try that. We talked about this multiple times, and people just don't realize it. Like, oh, but no, because we show fees. It's not because we're more expensive. We're just show fees. That's the big difference. And why is this great for the Borg? Well, more people realize what the value we're bringing, the more people are going to be premium. And the more people are premium, more they're staking Borg, more they're buying Borg, and the Borg price increase will go on. So I think this is very good to grow this catalog, grow these investment opportunities, and to donate the SwissBorg way. So what are we going to be bringing up is 2 new expansions. Here's the Pharaon and the Pharaon, the original one. So the V1 and the V2 and somewhere, it's going to be really great. It's going to be able to bring more liquidity to the better tokens. And for that, there's going to be a fantastic talk. This is going to happen this Thursday at 18 CET. And there's going to be the founder of Pharaon. There's going to be Nicolas as well, which is really cool. And of course, Dan and Benji. So please check this out. It's going to be really cool and talk about essentially why Pharaon is a game changer in the DEX world of Avalanche. And this is how we're bringing more opportunities, better prices through the Mex, guys. Hope you're excited about this one. More opportunities and more tokens getting listed. Solana, the AI Prophecy, Ethereum Redstone Outlayer, and EOS. And then Tezos as well. That finally is going to be listed on SwissBorg. We have as well the blockchain, the Japanese blockchain that is ASTAR, that's about to be listed on SwissBorg, which is really cool. So great to have them there. And thanks very much for the retweets and pushing SwissBorg. Trading vaults, great opportunities for people that don't want to look into the complex situation of trading and putting these emotions. I really like it. For me, it's like an auto invests in a way that you trade the market and you have an entry and an exit. I really like it. People should really look into this. We're pushing what this time is Bear Chain, not because it dumps, because it's a great opportunity to get in. We strongly believe that Bear Chain has a strong opportunity. And it's already been quite well at getting a strong amount of traction, the TVL as well. And there's some cool dApps that are being built on it. So we think that Bear is going to make good amount of noise. So looking forward to this beautiful trading vault. If you were not in SAAS-FEE last week, you missed out big time. They had a really cool time, which was an apéro. Not in the sunniest place, because SAAS-FEE is not known for the sunniest place, but known for a very good place for having amazing snow and obviously a great quality of skiing. So if you were there, you were probably very lucky to see Carl Lewis and Danny. More about SwissBorg and Sense Sports Centers. Servette is still number one despite the fact they lost. So go Servette. And for those who want to win or already have won the competition, there's a great competition happening for winning different jerseys. And cool thing was Servette. Talking about events lasting, I will be personally in St. Gallen starting Thursday and Friday for the Start Summit. Looking forward to see you guys there. And I'll be talking about, SwissBorg and what's our mission and how we've been able to surf the last 8 years of these crypto beautiful waves. Governance. This is a big thing as a result. Chapter 5. This is a big one. Should community bundles be created by the top 1,000 holders or by all Borg token holders? Our mission is definitely to democratize wealth management by making it fun, fair, and community-centric, right? Bringing financial freedom to everyone. But within that big space, does it feel normal to those that are extremely loyal, that put a big amount of capital into the Borg, to have a little plus, right? Have a little better service. And that was pretty much the question, right? And this was quite a close one, right? 61 to 39. A small amount of participation, unfortunately. Usually 15,000. So this is only half of it, a bit less than half of it. And I think the interesting part is that there was more Borgers that voted no, but these people had a bigger amount of Borg tokens. And this is something that's fundamental and important, is that one vote equals one Borg. And I just want to make things clear. If you're not in the top 1,000, I'm really sorry. I just want to make things clear. It doesn't mean we don't like you, we don't trust you whatsoever. We love you. There's no difference between that 1,000, someone in the top 1,000 and someone that's not in the top 1,000. However, it's still normal that if someone has more skin in the game, that he potentially or she could potentially have a better service and a better product to it, or at least have a little extra. I think so, because it's not even a better product. Here it's essentially because anyone will be able to invest in these bundles, but however, you will only be eligible to get rewards from that bundle if you have created that bundle, if you have co-created that bundle, and essentially get a yield in Borg, right? So I think so. This is completely normal. That we need to gamify this top 1,000, and we as an athletes, right, which we're doing right now, the same thing we're we are athletes, right? Wealth management athletes altogether, and bringing financial freedom to ourselves, to our loved ones, or to a greater amount of people, right? And for that, well, people that are in the top 1,000, congrats to you guys. We're going to have more things with the top 1,000 to make sure that, well, you have to get to that top 1,000, then top 500, top 100, top 10, right? And that's completely, I think, so something that is normal. And I believe it will be a very healthy competition going forward. So what's next? We're going to find out the next Borg assembly, how we're going to co-build this together, and how people are going to get rewards, and more importantly, how we're going to co-decide to manage, how we're going to co-manage these fantastic bundles in the best way possible. I couldn't get you more excited than this. I think this is going to be definitely a huge game changer for us first, and of course about community swarm intelligence, right? How do you bring the best thoughts together and how you co-manage it together? I'm very, very excited about this, and I'm definitely going to be putting my money and my mouth into these next bundles. Benji went wrong. He's doing more things, and he wants to create more voting in app. So it's more voting that he wants to be testing products. So this is really cool new initiative that is taking place here. And the vote is on prioritization of the expedited on staking feature for Borg. So very soon you're going to be able to stake Borg, right? And the idea is to see, should you have a way to fasten the cooldown period, right? So if you want that to happen, well, you have to vote yes, increase staking confidence, deflation effect. If no, there's a more risk sell pressure. Like if you have 1 million Borg, you just want to sell them. You can't wait for the, I think so, 3 weeks waiting period. Maybe it's a bad thing. So I think so. That's the idea. Is obviously if you would have to like bootstrap and be able to sell your Borg token, then you'll have to pay penalties on that. So there's pros and cons there, which I like. Talk about some Borg data, 352, which is still good, right? We always want to get to 500, but 352 new and upgraded premium users is still a good thing. Besides that, we're pretty much stable. A little bit jump in 200, a little bit less than 200 people within the Borg acquisition, which is good, but we could do better. In terms of volume and activity in the app, unfortunately not fantastic. We're pretty much similar to last week. However, a little bump in terms of net flow, which is good. People buying the dip. Last but not least, the community index, cast your score. And what do you think it's going to be? It's going to be a little bit higher than last week, 5.6, thanks to the Borg holders, the Borg itself as well, and the invitations within the SwissBorg app. Borgers, another week. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I think it's very important to realize that we are in a bear trap. A lot of people have been asking me this question. I don't believe at all. It's impossible, again, just to resume what I said last week. Yes, most tokens have dropped 50 to 90% besides Bitcoin and Ethereum, because it's already not doing that great. Does that hurt? 100% it hurts. However, the macro perspective is like, is it good? No. But there is this huge reserve of dropping from 4.5% to 0%. There's no inflation. So if you already cut, let's say 1%, that's going to bring a huge amount of capital in the market. You could do that 4 times. So it could be even spread out in a smart way out of like 3 years, even as that's done. So that will still bring more liquidity in it. China is cutting. Europe is cutting. The geopolitical standard, it looks like things are going to get better. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong on that one. But I don't think it's going to get worse. Let's put it that way. In the Middle East, I don't think it's going to get worse. I don't think it's going to get worse as well in Ukraine and Russia, right? I think it's just going to get better there. So bear trap for sure. Will it be a prolonged bear trap? That has the potential. But the nice thing, again, which I'm thinking is there will never be a bear market as we witnessed in the second one. So in 2018, 2019, or the 2020, mid 2022 to 2023. So more than 1 year bear markets. I believe that there's a like sector flushes that will happen, like memes that will go 90%, and most of them will probably not come back. we might get another great, GTA 6 is coming, gaming's gonna go crazy, everyone's gonna talk about gaming tokens are gonna go insane, flush again, right? But Bitcoin will not flush as it used to flush as badly, and therefore let's say, your portfolio and your morale and the emotions behind it will not be as bad, and the sector will still generate some revenue and all that. So you'll have less of these very hardcore emotions of like, okay, crypto might die again. I don't think this will ever happen again. It's a bit like NASDAQ died once, and it took it 10 years to reanimate, from 2001 to 2010 or 2009. Even 2007, when I was trading and I was in private banking, NASDAQ was not a huge thing. It came back, I would say, in 2010, 11, 12. This is where it really came back. And I think that crypto, it had a huge, fall in 2018, had a huge fall again in 2022. I think so now we're pretty much mature enough to say the space will stay forever. And not only Bitcoin has creating value, but there's so many other chains, and hopefully soon as well applications such as SwissBorg, as Aave, such as many dexes, bringing a lot of different things, and then consumer apps that will bring even more type of greatness in terms of business models. So I'm very confident that we're in a bear trap and that the market is going to resume its essence whenever we have a better macro picture, or some industry things will happen and people will get crazy again. I just think that we need something rather from the big money or from the industry. And this industry, I think gaming is still something that could be played well. There's a lot of DeFi cool stuff happening. And for the time being, well, you put your order limits, you trade a bit, you don't make stupid gets, you just every month you go into auto invests. You, even as 100 euros again, 5%, 10%, 30% of your salary, 50% of your salary, it depends how much you're able to afford to potentially secure for the long run. You just invest in it. And you do that all in exactly in the baskets of bundles, in whatever you believe in the long run. And I think so that's going to be the game changer. As always, be healthy, be wealthy, love abhor iniquity. Much love. Take care, guys. Bye.
Thank you for watching our weekly powwow episode. If you enjoyed the show, make sure to leave a like. And if you didn't, tune in next week anyway, so that you can figure out if it's better then. Bye.